Let's segue into talking about the Lakers, who are in that Rondo trade. They
Yeah,
are kind of a mess right now. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They're not really playing great basketball. And the season, I mean, obviously every team has been hit by COVID, but the season is pretty old now. We're over a third of the way through the season. We're approaching the halfway mark of the season, and they haven't really clicked quite
yeah,
yet, like we thought they would come mid-season time. So, A, are you concerned about the Lakers? And B, if you are, what do you do to fix them?
yeah. They're gonna have to make these trades to get second round picks and stuff to then asset like with someone else to get expiring deals and expiring guys for around the deadline. So one, they're gonna free up a contract, a roster spot where Rondo probably going getting a second round pick, and they're probably gonna re-sign Stanley Johnson to a longer term deal. Because what they need with Stanley Johnson or a guy like Stanley Johnson is they just need people on that team who care and who are going to die for the loose ball, who are going to go all out on defense. They're going to need those guys because those guys just aren't on the Lakers right now. They're just a bunch of veterans who play when they want to play, get their numbers when they want to get their numbers. And you have LeBron James averaging like 30, 10, and 10, and them still losing. Obviously, Anthony Davis being hurt is a massive blow. Something that definitely is being underestimated by like the mainstream media. Like you just see them not talking about it that much. That when you lose a top 10, a top 15 level guy in the league, you kind of suffer, and that's evident. But it also shows that DeAndre Jordan is not an NBA player anymore. Dwight Howard can only play 10 minutes as a backup big. Like they started starting those guys at the beginning of the season. I think they proved that's not possible. It shows Russell Westbrook has never made winning plays in his life and doesn't understand what winning plays is or are needed because he came out and said people are expecting them to get 25, 15, and 15. No, people are expecting you not to dribble the ball off your foot, not to shoot contested threes, not to shoot pull up threes, run to the rim more, try on defense, not let Patty Mills get a wide open three on Christmas when he's already made six of them. Like he just has horrible basketball IQ and horrible winning plays. And he better hope that he doesn't get traded because if he gets traded and he never wins a ring or whatever, it's going to be a huge stain on Westbrook's legacy. And Westbrook is the centerfold of this Lakers problem.
Yeah, I mean, from day one when that trade happened, none of us liked it, but
Yeah,
I think I both of us held out hope because Westbrook at his last two stops started off slow and turned it
played
on
good.
and really fit in the second half of the season. And hey, that might happen, but this is worse than it has been the
Yeah,
last couple of years. You're right, like their struggles, that's not all on him, but
yeah,
if they had made one of those other moves, like we always bring up DeMar DeRozan, we always bring up some of those other guys
Buddy
they could have
Hield.
gotten in the offseason, Buddy Hield. I think this team would be gelling a lot better, but there is still room to tinker with the roster. Obviously, there's still some guys that the Lakers could bring in to sort of patch things together. And I mean, hey, bright spot, LeBron's playing unbelievable. He doesn't look like
Yeah,
he's slowed down at all. So
yeah, bright spot. LeBron's probably going to get the all-time second. He's going to probably pass Karl Malone sometime this year. Anthony Davis is going to return and is going to make you a hard out against anyone
yeah,
in the league because Anthony Davis and LeBron James, even if you sit Russell Westbrook
yeah,
and play Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn as your backcourt,
yeah.
or Avery Bradley's kind of been a bright spot for them too, solid defense. So once you add, all those guys in and, just Avery Bradley, Carmelo Anthony, Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, Stanley Johnson, who they're probably going to sign for full time, throw those players in with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. That's a tough team to beat, man, at the end of the day. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough team to beat no matter in the playoffs because it's LeBron James at the end of the day. But Westbrook is definitely a negative because he just can't shoot, and the lack of shooting is definitely hurting this team. So I can't even throw like a trade destination. I was trying to think of one. I really can't think of one. Like John Wall is one, but do the Rockets want to deal with this Westbrook stuff? John Wall, yeah, he had that little sport on social media where he's like free John Wall and whatever.
Yeah.
But he's not really negatively impacting the locker room. Like what will Westbrook do, right? It's like if you already have a bad situation contained, there has to be a
Yeah.
big
Don't bring it
benefit.
in.
Yeah. So unless they get those picks, which they don't really have,
Hey,
but another player that does have trade value that's actually tradable on this team, Talon Horton Tucker, sitting around 9 million. So look for a player around 9 million that could shoot to go to the Lakers. But other than that, man, it's a really hard job to fix because Westbrook's hard to move.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here so you never miss the best clips from Stretch the Floor. Hit the links in the description below to find us on all podcast platforms, and follow us on Instagram.